Ready.
Next, we'll see two teams face off for just the 8th time in a rematch of Super Bowl 38. It's the Patriots and Panthers, and the action heads your way on EA Sports.
The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New England Patriots.
Brandon Gaudin alongside my partner, Charles Davis. CD, you're an old school guy, and I know you've got to love our matchup here. Two teams that get after it the old-fashioned way, on the ground.
I love it. You know I love that type of football. You've known me for a while now. We've got the #1 and #2 rushing offense in the entire NFL matching up. Now, don't be fooled. Both of these teams can and will throw the ball in this one. But they certainly love playing that game of field position, working between the tackles, chewing up time of possession. And they've each got a main man who's among the best in the league at toting the rock.
Entering play call script. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by their third-year quarterback, former 6th overall selection from Duke. It's Daniel Jones.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Throwing Jones. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. Leading them out, the rookie from Ohio State at 22 years of age. It's Justin Fields.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here.
Entering play call, post HP dive.
Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Now a former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards.
Entering play call, double post.
I think all the
inside zone.
Coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Circle button.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Entering play call, coach suggests, gun plan, there are 9, formation, goal line, hail, special, sink, I-form, glue, mesh, AHB stretch.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A give to Williams.
Button.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Entering play call, close. There are 3 categories. You have well watch, inside zone,
When they're that high power,
flanker drive, 94 low, formation, concept, screen, play action, view, error,
you give yourself your
far
best
end.
chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Triangle button, circle button.
We'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Count is selected.
3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Patriots take over.
The focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company.
And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, pretty
Entering
impressive.
play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return.
Button.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second?
Entering play call.
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit
PHP stretch.
When I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
They begin the drive with
Cross button.
Williams is
Cross button.
down and a little more, and all the way up to the 46.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, there's over 1,100 and 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing.
Entering play call. Wisetick. RPO zone alert. Shock H option.
Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him, but many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft.
Circle button. Triangle button. R1 button. Cross button. Square button.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
He's a rookie, and you don't potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Entering play call, Coach, Y curl. AHB stretch.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
On play action, Fields.
Square button. Triangle button.
And a dangerous throw there on the draw.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. Dash spot.
On this drive, but getting the incompletion there.
Unplanned. There are player. There are 9 categories. Formation. There are 9 pistol. Weak. Strong. I-form. Glow. Mesh. Drag wheel. Mesh. Drag wheel.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll hand it on.
R1 button.
Williams. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Entering play call, close. Formation, there are 9 categories. Player, there are unplanned. There are coach suggest. Hitch corners.
Easily done.
Southeast corner.
A lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool
Hitch
you.
corners.
Get your eyes
Escape.
in the wrong place.
Z-spot and go.
That one, he correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Square button. Cross button. Triangle button.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force him.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, unplanned, player, formation, concept, there are 9, keep, needed, option, run, screen, play action, do, pass print, red, do left, pass print HB, HB wheel.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Cross button.
Snap it to Fields.
Square button. R2 button.
Finding Jefferson.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Entering play call, concept, error, formation, single, hail, single, I-form, close, counter flow, mesh, drag wheel, inside zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
56, the mark, boys, 56.
Cross button.
They go back to the ground with Williams.
Cross button.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside.
Entering play call, close. There are 3 categories. You have well, flanker drive. AHB leg dive.
Over 100 yards in their victory on the ground.
AHB wheel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
AHB leg dive.
Understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54.
Triangle button. Cross button.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
R2 button.
Take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Javonte Williams
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Run with Chubb on first down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Handoff comes to Chubb. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I have to admit, I was extremely...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Game ended up getting 4 sacks total and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Jones. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught.
That's interference.
So
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Following the penalty, Chubb. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 16 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Of the lead, but at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defense has only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Kenneth Murray drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Games.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
As you said, for it to curl in.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return.
R2 button.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9. Flood. RPO zone alert. Spacing sweep. AHD stretch.
Throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and he hoped to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
First carry, Andre Stevenson.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 20.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are recent plays. There coach suggestions. On plan. There player. There Kyle Pitts. Justin Jefferson. Just Pa Expers Cross.
Just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Pa Expers Cross.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Cross button. Triangle button. R1 button. Cross button.
Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been spent.
Entering player. There are gun plan. There are coach suggest. Drag under. Flood. Drag under.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
Cross button.
Field.
R1 button.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Triangle button.
And unable to connect.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. We have 12 options. Honda selected.
You can do. We're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds them to just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New England's offense set to go. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number 2, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. Jones.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he will have a Patriots first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Jones. And he will not be able to hang on.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Bullock will put this one through, and that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
They didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
Here's Rodgers to return.
R2 button.
And he returns this to the 22.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. Recent plays. AHB led 4 verticals. Bench. Inside zone, bench. 4 vertical. AHB stretch. Pa HB wheel. Pa spot. AHB stretch. Pa HB wheel.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good. And be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division.
Entering play call. Recent coach suggests on plan. There are player. There are 9. Formation. There are 9. Concept. Medium. Quick opt. Run. Screen. Play action. Do. Sprint tape. Red.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Circle button.
Now it's Fields.
Square button. Circle button. Triangle button.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks.
Entering play call. Do. There are 2. Do.
It's 3rd down.
Concept. There are 9. Cat. Formation. There are 9. Player. On plan. There are 9. Cat. Coach suggestions. There. Sale. Post HP corner.
You just act like there's something wrong with the wind.
Double cross.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
R1 button.
The gun.
Cross button. Triangle button.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he
entering play call? On plan. There formation. There are 7 concept. Man blitz. Cover 1. Cover 4. Man blitz. Man. Cog 1. QB contains spy. Old fireman.
An identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now, guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far, so I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. And now a throw on first.
Entering play call. Man blitz. There are 9 categories. You have 46 options. Pinch out 0 is selected.
Good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. And incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Entering play call. Man blitz. There are 9 categories. You have 46 options. Option is set to man blitz 46 place. Cover 1.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
No pain, no gain.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they...
Entering play close up draw, AHP off tackle, slants.
To him a little bit. Get him out in open
On
space.
plan,
Maybe
there are
swing the ball
player,
to him.
there are
They used to
formation,
West Coast
concept,
offense, the
there
long
are 9
ball.
cat, formation, single, special, sing,
As well as
I
continue to
form,
feed him the football.
glow,
Some
mesh,
of these runs now
AHB
may
stretch.
pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways.
Cross button,
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England.
entering play call, close, inside zone,
Now in the ball.
flanker drive,
Much of the game.
94L, AHB sweep,
Players, guys who can do
a post shot,
combination of jobs.
mesh,
And anyone who plays
drag
a strong
wheel,
safety position, now more than ever,
AHB
is a
sweep,
hybrid type player.
a post shot,
Defensive
AHB wheel,
passes.
AHB leg dive,
Backer that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
cross button,
Now a handoff. Here's
R2
Will.
button, R2 button,
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
entering play call, look, AHB stretch, formation, single back, concept, screen path, play action, do, do. Circle button,
Off play action. Fields.
cross button, triangle button, triangle button,
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
Yeah, he'll be
entering play call, do, there are 2 caddy, do,
I do have to
concept, screen pass, run,
together.
inside zone split,
The football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying.
cross button,
Great catch.
R1 button,
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
entering play call, inside, concept, there, option, quick pass,
He's not much space.
coach suggestions,
He was
mesh,
forced to get anything.
inside zone split, trail, AHB stretch, keep curl, AHB stretch,
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They give it to Williams.
R2 button,
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
entering play call, coach, on plan, there are 9, player, there are 9 category, formation, concept, screen, play action, do,
Third time to
car
try
ed,
to pick up for the
sprint
first
HD flat,
But his QB might very well
Padu.
say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Come on.
Play action. It's Fields.
cross button, square button, cross button, circle button,
Complete to the tight end Pitts.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
entering play call, on plan, player, there are, formation, concept, keep, media, quick, run, screen, play action, do, sprint HB flat,
Matt Rule, a risk taker in college, going for it.
cross button,
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
cross button, circle button, square button, triangle button,
It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs.
Entering play call, undefined.
In the practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minute.
Entering play call, undefined.
Second down and 8.
They run. Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down.
Entering play call, undefined.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
New England on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity miss there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on the punt.
Jalen Waddle deep to return it.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory.
Entering play call, play call.
Didn't give up any points.
Concept, there are 9. Formation, there are player, there are Kyle Pitts, Javonte Williams, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Puggy out.
The defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
They'll fake the handoff. Now
Circle button. Cross button.
Got him, man. It's the rookie Jalen Waddle.
Entering play call. Close paseo. Jet sweep. Bobby DL cross. Switch.
An out route.
Bobby DL cross.
You end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
A play fake now.
Square button.
He goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Jason Pierre-Paul make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot
Entering
of
play, player, their formation, special teams, concept, deep, media, quick pass.
Quarterback on the ground.
Play type, there are
How
pass.
quickly that sack occurred. The next
Personnel, there are 9 cat. Play type, there are RPO.
to throw the football.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Entering play, close paseo. Player, there are formation, there concept, keep, media, quick, run, screen, play action, do, power drag, do come back, power drag reel.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Circle button.
Another try after the first down.
Triangle button.
Fields.
Cross button.
Swung out to Williams.
They'll wind up getting...
Entering play call.
Staring at a third
Constant screen pass. Run. Option.
Lost opportunity
pass.
for the offense because
Medium pass. Deep pass. Contact. Covered LT.
get out to your running back and it can turn into a big gain downfield.
Covered LT. Covered the kills. Rejoni scissors.
To a short gain.
The Panthers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
R1 button. Cross button. R1 button. R1 button. Circle button.
He's going to air one out.
Square button.
And that will be incomplete.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
He's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
On the carry, it's Chubb. Still a couple yards short of the first.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Chubb will get the call running left. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught, but the back.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
They do get a...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
New England on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again.
Entering play call, on plan. There are 9 categories. Player, there are 9 Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Javonte Williams, AHD Zone WK.
Effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd.
Entering play call, 26, AHD inside zone. Player, there are 9. Formation, there are I form.
Defensive side, they now have the advantage.
Close, there, mesh.
That means they're
drag wheel.
likely on
Inside zone.
That's what you're looking for.
Flanker drive,
Defense.
AHB leg dive. Pa HB wheel.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
They'll hand it off now.
Button.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a...
Entering play call, AHD stretch, inside zone.
Put that out defensively. He had it down.
Formation, there are single back, special, fail, go line, concept, there, medium pat, quick, hawk, run, play action, pat, do, pass sprint, red.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Triangle button, square button, circle button.
We're going to get there. Down he goes. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Count is selected.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out come the Patriots.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Jack Thompson on the tackle that time.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 45 on second down, Jones. And that one going to come up short.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Was there, trying to force it in. That one he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
New England on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones.
R2 button.
Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Panthers are going to have this short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Entering play call, slot cross, AHP off tackle, slot cross.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now they'll toss it out right to
cross button.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Entering play call, go, gun plan. There are 9 player. There are formation, cons, keep pass, medium pass, quick, run, play action, do, pop, do left.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
56 to Mike. 56 is Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Cross button.
Fields.
Cross button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing.
Entering play call. Padu. Osprint HD flat. Red. Osprint HD flat. Osprint HD flat. Fa HD wheel.
Another example. Another incompletion.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Let's go. Big series right here.
One play action. Fields.
Circle button. Circle button.
Pass catching tight end. That's Pitts. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. New England trying to get a place on offense. And following the interception, just...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Just throw that out the window.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buddy Johnson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tyler Lockett, 77 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
R2 button.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain.
Entering play, Gold Coast, Salem, Punch Trail, please hot and go, PHP slip screen.
A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Square button. R1 button. Cross button. Cross button.
And that is incomplete.
Entering play call. Coach suggests punch trail.
When people take the big shots downfield, but he was
on plan. There are player. There are 9 categories. Formation. There are 9 categories. Concept. There are keep pass. Comeback. Switch X comeback. Concept. Media. Quick. Opera. Screen. Play action. Do. Parade.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
48 Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get on.
Cross button.
Here's Fields.
Triangle button.
And that'll be complete to Steve.
Button.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Entering play call. Do. There are 2. Can do.
For the 3rd and 3.
Concept. Screen pass. Run. Option. Run. Inside zone. There are inside zone split. Zone fit jet. Inside zone split.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
56, Mike, 56.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
button.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Entering play call. Inside zones. Zone fake jet. Concept. Formation. There. Player. There. Jalen Waddle. Jalen. Close pass AL. D spot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man, I got you.
Cross button.
To throw it. Fields. And an incomplete pass.
Entering play call. Jalen Waddle. You have player. Error. Formation. Special. Play. Goal. Concept. Screen pass. Play action. Pass sprint. HB reel.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Triangle button. Square button.
That's complete to his running back, Jefferson.
Entering play call. Gadu. Pass sprint HB flat.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st down, Fields.
Triangle button.
He'll get this into the
button.
hands of Stevenson. And he'll go down inside the 40.
Entering play call. Gadu. Pass sprint HB flat. Far edge.
And it'll make it
Gadu left.
I think the best
concept, screen pass, run, inside zone split.
They have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now a man who's been this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner.
Entering play call, concept, auction, run, screen, play action, pass, wide drag wheel.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm scared.
Now it's Fields.
Triangle button.
Well, this is
button.
Williams. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure.
Entering play, Gadu. Concept, formation. There are 9. Player, Jamar Chase.
In this case,
Jamar Chase, jet sweep, shot save block. Jet sweep, shot save, Hail Mary. Dig end up.
Strong right. 4 down. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we don't like the 48.
Here's Chase now.
One button.
Sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of
Entering play call. Player, formation, error, concept, keep, media, quick, run, script, play action, do, red.
So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll kick things off down in the Bayou. NFC South matchup between Atlanta and New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out in front. C.D. Lamb, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Melvin Gordon with 2 touchdown runs. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Juju Smith-Schuster, a touchdown reception. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats for New England in that first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half. Both
Entering on, run outside, throw it short, throw it medium, throw it deep.
But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it.
Defend short, defend medium, defend deep pass. Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, return left is selected.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
R2 button.
And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal.
Entering play, Padu.
I just say
Concept, there are play type, there are 9, RPO, special, pass, run, inside, AHP inside zone,
perimeter perhaps,
AHP dive, AHP inside zone.
Game.
They start the second
button.
Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Entering play call, inside hand, AHP inside zone. Play type, there are 9, RPO, special. Personnel, there are, coach suggests, recent play, coach suggests, shock H-Hop, inside zone. On plan, there are 9, player, there are 9, formation, I form, slot, Pabu come, AHP stretch.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Cross button.
They run it again.
R2 button.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Entering call to challenge games coaching. Pop-up medical center is selected. Entering player name R. Stevenson. Player name M. Moses. Position RT. Injury type broken finger. Injury length out for game. Injury length TBD. Injury type chest. Position HP. Player name R. Stevenson. Player name Kane Acua. Position FS. Injury type abdominal tear. Injury length TBD. Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Resume is selected. Enter dagger. Formation, concept, deep, medium, up, run, screen, play action, do, pop, sprint H, red.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
After what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
For them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jones.
Oh, there's Lockett pulling in a tough grab.
And he is
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
She comes with a high degree.
On plan, there are 7 categories. Defend deep, passes select, defend deep, cover 3 sky,
It ends up
cover 3 match.
as well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his pass incomplete.
Entering play call, defend deep pass. You have 75 options, but slant show you is selected.
Because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
2nd and 10.
Off play action. Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench, because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
R2 button.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggests stick.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
They start the drive on the ground.
R2 button.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough.
Entering play call, coach suggests shock H option.
A lot to say.
HB stretch alert smoke.
On those tires.
Ghost HB corner.
But I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL.
On plan, there are 9 player, there are 9 formation, there are 9 categories. Concept, screen pass,
Should be able to carry
play action pass, do, there are 2 do.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
56 the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. And let's get this, get this.
Cross button.
Play action. Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Square button.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Entering play call. Kadu. Concept. Error. Screen pass. Run. Inside zone. Inside zone split.
That way all afternoon.
Zone fake jet.
You feeling their pain?
Inside zone split.
Yes, they did.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. You can't block that.
They'll run it with Williams. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Entering play call. Inside zones. Concept. Error. Option. Quick pass. Medium. Deep pass.
But in this case,
Formation. Error 9. Concept. Error. Play. Concepts. Play action path. Do. Pass print HD. Red.
Second down and 7.
Watch screen. Mike 48. Mike 48. Rip left. Rip left.
Fields.
Triangle button.
And he's got
Cross button.
stride complete.
And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal.
Entering play call.
They made
Kadu.
it 3-yard line.
Screen pass. Run.
this drive
Inside zone split.
out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Williams.
R2 button.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was the rookie Javonte Williams who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Patriots ready to get the football back. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do...
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
the line of scrimmage.
Second down at 5.
And again, it's Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defense.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Second and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends. Because
entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
For an offense.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And I think that one might have been intercepted.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find...
Entering play call, TM Bill, counter Y.
3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite...
Plan, there are player, there are 9, formation, concept, option, quick pass, medium, deep pass, play action, screen, run, inside zone split.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
97 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Entering play call, inside zone split.
Williams.
Cross-cutting.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Entering play call, inside zone. There are 11. Concept, there. Play type, there are 9. Category, concept, screen, play action, pass, do, pass print HD, red.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Fields now to throw.
Triangle button.
Quick hitter here.
Cross button.
And a nice
button.
Opens room to run. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 19.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Entering play call, Padu, pass print HD flat.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Square button. Triangle button.
And he's
button.
to Jefferson.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Entering play call, concept, screen pass, run. Inside zone split.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is
button.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Entering play call, inside zone. There are 11. Concept, option, coaching, Patisla, 94, slant, inside zone.
Third time. No one likes that.
X slant, 94 will. Recent plays, coach suggests, gun plan, there, player, there, Justin Field, Jamar Chase, Jalen Watt, Jaganti Will, Jaganti, 26, AHB dive.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Cross button.
Williams again.
R1 button.
And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line.
Entering play call. Player, error, formation, error, concept, screen, play action, do, Padu.
They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1.
Play action. It's Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Rush and down he goes. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Entering play call, gun plan, player, there are 9, formation, concept, keep, media, quick, script, play action, do, pass print HD flat, pa HD wheel.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Cross button.
Snap it to Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
Justin Jefferson.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Add them to selected.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Game plan on defense. Not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Danielle Hunter, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
A give, this is Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Throwing Jones. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The Carolina offense about ready to go.
This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be...
Entering play call, mesh spot, AHD stretch.
Try and get fresh legs in where you can.
On plan, there are 9. Player, there are 9. Formation, concept, there are 9. Formation, strong, weak, pistol, gun, goal line, Hail Mary, special, single, I form, mesh, AHD stretch.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Entering play call, formation, concept, keep pass, play action, red.
So a lot of it goes undetected, but I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Circle button.
They're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 3 options. Punt left is selected.
And then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Let's go, let's go!
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them after they built that lead at intermission.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead. And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again.
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Now the first play of the drive there is in.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he's got this down to the 35.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
R2 button.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure.
Entering play, Padu, HD Real,
But boy, it
Padu,
juices up the defense.
HD Real.
Great way to score some points.
31's the mic. 65.
On play action, Fields.
Cross button. Circle button.
Pass catching tight end, that's Pitts. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know sometimes we can get fooled.
Entering play call, concept, screen pass, run.
He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes.
Coach suggestions, YSAL, inside zone split.
Not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out, you can run wide receiver routes with him, you can make him a primary target.
R1 button,
The defense.
cross button, R2 button.
To the hands of Pitts here. 4 yards.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, gun plan, there are 9, formation, concept, screen pass, run, inside zone, concept, option, run, screen, play action, do, pass print HD flat, red.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Fields.
Triangle button, R2 button.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Entering Padu. Concept, screen path, run. Option, run. Entering play call, view. There are 2 categories. You have 11 options. Padu left is Padu. Sprint HD flat. Padu left.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Fields.
Square button. Cross button. Triangle button.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Another pass.
Entering play.
And they're just
Sprint HD flat.
100 yards passing here in this game. So defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
A play fake. Now Fields to throw.
Cross button.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the...
Entering play call, Padu.
Put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down.
Triangle button.
That's completion.
Cross button.
To give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Entering play, Padu, Sprint HD flat, Sprint HD flat, HD real.
The big targeted tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. They'll fake the handoff, now Fields.
Square button, cross button.
And he goes down, it's a Patriot sack. Olivier Vernon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Entering play, Padu.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Cross button.
Now Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Square button.
Man, and he hits him in stride.
R2 button.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Enter 4 verticals. 4 vertical punt. Field goal 55. Gun plan. Player. There are formation. Key. Medium pass. Quick option. Run. Screen. Play action. Red.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Cross button.
Got to try it here. He's back.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin this drive with Chubb. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Triangle button. R2 button.
31 yards on the punt there.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Entering play call. Padu. Pa HB wheel. Padu. Pa sprint HB flat.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Circle button. R1 button.
Back to throw.
R1 button. R1 button. Circle button. Cross button.
That one caught by Ross Dwelly. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go.
Entering play call, concept, screen pass, run, option, run, inside zone split.
Next time, hopefully with a chance to win.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Check pass. Check pass. Mike 56. Mike.
Now a hand.
Cross button.
And for one of the few times here today, this runs.
Entering play call, concept, option, quick pass, medium, deep pass, contact, switch X, AHD angle.
The football, but that one
Switch X contact.
carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, That's the type of average he wants to take
Circle
with
button.
contract negotiations, doesn't he?
R1 button.
Now it's Fields.
Square button. R1 button.
He'll drop things to
Button.
Williams.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
One of my teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Entering play concept. Play type. Error. Concept. Play action. Screen. Play action. Do. Pog left.
Fields on first down.
Triangle button. Cross button.
To Williams.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker
Entering.
to cover your back out of the backfield.
Osprey HB flat. Pa HB wheel.
Packers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Square button.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw pulled
Button button.
in.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
Enter. Pog left.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Again, Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Cross button.
Incomplete.
Entering play call. Concept screen. Run.
So we just saw
Option.
200 yards
Coach
passing for the game.
PhD slip screen. 4 verticals.
Recently, I was actually working a game where a quarterback had
Recent
a
plays. There are coach suggest on plan. Player. There are formation. Concept. Media. Run. Play action. Do.
Big credit to them.
Pog left.
The money
Osprey.
200 today.
Pa HB wheel.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
56 the mic, boys.
Off play action. Fields.
Cross button. Circle button.
Hits again. This time he's got it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Entering play call. Pog. Pa HB wheel.
It's not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
56. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him.
Here's Fields.
Cross button. Triangle button.
To the tight end Pitts. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down?
Entering. Pog. Osprey HB flat.
Get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
56. 56. All day. All day.
On first down, Fields.
Cross button.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that?
Entering play. Pog.
Freezing the defense
Osprey
just to
HB flat.
bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check.
Fields now to throw.
Circle button.
And he's
Option
gonna
button.
target yet again. It's complete.
And the Panthers
Entering play.
coming
Pog.
up as he's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Triangle button. Circle button.
This man in stride, complete. 3 yards the gain there.
Entering play. Pog.
That's always
Concept. Screen pass. Run.
the biggest target
Inside zone split.
team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just tall,
Cross button.
a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield.
Entering play call. Inside zone split. Option is set to option. Coach suggest recent play. Pog. Coach on plan. player, there are formation, there concept, screen, play action, Padu,
Check line 54. Line 54. Hey, D-line, let's get it.
Fields
triangle button,
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind.
entering play call, spacing,
4th and goal. You're
FB dive, spacing,
Coach Davis.
gun plan, there are player, there are not formation, concept, there are play type, there concept, formation, there are 9, strong, weak, pistol, gun, goal line, Hail Mary, special, single get, I form, Padu flow, mesh, drag wheel, AHD sweep.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
There you go.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after
Entering
this.
play call, go, spacing, 94 will, spacing, AHB dive.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
They
Cross button.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
4th down, their horse. They needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the 1st down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
They run. Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Not much room here as he only gets it to
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They can't score.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
54 mark, 54 mark. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's not good enough, man.
So
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
What about it? The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Chubb, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Boxing gloves start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Chubb. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for New England. Waddle now. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for New England, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now.
Post-game report player
stats. They'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.